The pursuit or search for happiness, the trap that brings more unhappiness. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Mind Engineer community. Here, Tommy Walker. I want to talk a little bit about true happiness or this pursuit or search for happiness that we're seeing out there more and more. A lot of people talking about how to find happiness, how to, be able to feel happy in life. But unfortunately, many of these are talking about as if it is something that we need to find externally, something that we need to do, a partner that we need to find, or the amazing job that we need to find, or something that is going to bring us that happiness that we're looking for. So, first of all, I want to invite you to open your heart and your mind to this, because as I always say, this is different to what most people are teaching. And, that's why so many people are there struggling, because they keep falling into this same trap, right, of finding something on the outside. So as I mentioned many times, many years ago, it was all about, finding that degree, working in a specific line of work, or being able to have a family, have a house, whatever. And people thought that that was going to give them happiness. And although it might have given it a little bit temporarily, don't get me wrong, what happens is now they want the next thing. So from there, now we went into spirituality in a way where people are looking for spirituality and what that has to look like, something external again, that I need to meditate, I need to do cold plunges, I need to do something that is going to give me back that happiness, that whatever I'm looking for. And unfortunately, it ain't working. So people are just moving away from, money, success, external success, blah, whatever, right? Family, degrees, house, car, whatever, into now moving into something that looks like whatever that is, spirituality. So, according to certain groups, it's about going to church, praying, things like that. Other groups, it's about sitting down, meditation, and connecting with God, right? But it's still something that we need to do. And yes, I still teach how to meditate, how to do these things, don't get me wrong. But when we are not realizing that we are in this pursuit or search of happiness on the outside, nothing will really change. Even if you meditate, even if you do affirmations, even if you become more spiritual, it's not going to work, because eventually you're going to need something more spirituality, more connection, more healing, right? And the truth is, happiness is something within us. And again, I'm not saying it's easy, guys, okay? But it's something that is within us. So the idea is to invite you to connect with that within you. And you say, Tommy, you know what? I find it very difficult. I find it very difficult to be sitting down and feeling the happiness within me if I'm not doing something. Okay, there we go. We start seeing some of the behaviors, adaptations that we have created to fit in, survive, feel loved and accepted in this life. So again, what I teach people is how to start identifying, working on the different blockages that are holding them back from being able to feel that happiness within. Because at the end, that's all. It is within us. We are love. We are happiness. We are compassion. We are acceptance. Whatever that we're looking on the outside, normally is in a way trying to fill that gap within of unhappiness or acceptance or love. So when we start understanding that we might be, parts of us might be looking on the outside for that love, acceptance, happiness, and that we need to start working to identify why we're doing that. Because remember that between 0 to 7 years old, our belief system is formed. How we think, how we perceive things, how we see the world is a creation of our environment. So when people think that it's okay to go cheat their partners, many times it's because their mom or dad did that in the past. And I have worked with a lot of people that couldn't stop cheating or had cheated in the past and they couldn't understand why they did it, right? And they started connecting with their past and realizing what had happened in their past. Many times when I see a guy that is this Don Juan trying to, make women fall for him, many times something that they experienced during childhood. Their dad was like that, or maybe mom had some of that, or maybe at school they learned that. And that brought them some type of feeling of fulfillment, recognition, acceptance, love at the end. So when we start understanding how the mind works, it makes it much easier to go within and to work on being able to release the different blockages that are holding us back. So instead of seeking for happiness on the outside, what I invite people to do is to start working on seeking what is stopping me, what is blocking me from feeling that inner happiness within, because at the end, everything is within us. And again, I'm not saying I'm happiness 100% of the time, don't get me wrong, because I have my stuff that I'm still working on, but I am able to enjoy life in a much different way than I'm used to because of doing this work on identifying, finding those blockages that were holding me back, be able to love and accept what is, love and accept myself, and then be able to start reprogramming, changing, updating those old programs to start living a much happier life from within outwards. And that's what I'm trying to share with you guys to help you start being able to seek for that happiness within, connect with the happiness, remove the blockages that is holding that happiness back. Because at the end, happiness is you. When you were a baby, when you were a little kid, that was you. It was within you. You laughed, you played, you didn't feel rejected, you didn't feel judged. And as you grew up, different circumstances that you went through and how you interpret them created the narratives that are holding you back from experiencing that happiness. So be careful if you are in this pursuit or in this search for happiness, because when we fall into that, we're saying that there's a lack within us. When there is a lack within us, how are we going to be able to find happiness on the outside and sustain it? Because whether it is you start dating somebody, eventually you're going to start seeing their unresolved issues, and that's going to start bringing pain. And if you don't deal with your own stuff, it's going to make it very, very difficult to make changes. So if you're watching, please, I invite you to write #live in this video. If you're watching live, if you're watching replay, #replay. Let me know if you're enjoying this, if you're liking this, if it makes sense, any topic that you want me to cover in any other area of your life that maybe you're struggling with and need help with, right? And subscribe to, if you're watching on YouTube, to see more of these videos. I go pretty often live to share insight and tools to help people out there. So what is the next step? How do we start identifying the blockages? Because people say, okay, Tommy, it makes sense what you're saying. Now I need to start working on identifying those blockages that are holding me back, right? So how can I do that? Perfect. Good question. That's very valid. So the first thing is, how do I feel? First question I teach everyone. Why do I feel this? The narrative a little bit behind that. And how does this make me feel about myself? So imagine that you want to buy a bigger house, you want a better job, you want to grow your business, you want a partner. Okay, how am I feeling that I don't have a partner? How am I feeling that I don't have this or that? Start with that. Sad, lonely, whatever. Start writing down the different words. Then, why do I feel this? What's the narrative that you're telling yourself? And third, and very important, how does it make me feel about myself that I'm lonely, that I don't have a bigger house, that I don't have more success, that I don't have this or that? It makes me feel like a failure, not good enough, inadequate, whatever. Those are the narratives that are in the subconscious mind that are holding you back. So if we don't start working on identifying those programs, it's going to be very difficult to then be able to start changing them. And I did some videos. If you want, check on my channel because there's some videos about reprogramming the mind. Okay, I'm not going to go deeper now. You can check there and you're going to find more videos where I share and even have a free training where I can share how to start doing the reprogramming. So if you want to know more, write the word here, free training, right? And I'll get that to you to help you start making changes. So if this makes sense, let me know in the chat. I appreciate if you are here till the end of the video watching. I hope that makes sense, and I hope this helps you start making changes. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Take care.